In my last video, you have learned about some symbols found in the staff, such as the notes, rests, and rhythmic patterns. In this video, we are going to learn about these numbers that can be seen at the beginning of the staff. So, stay tuned. Imagine that you are a percussionist in an orchestra and you are given this really long rhythmic pattern. Will you be able to play your part well? Perhaps yes, but you might be confused at first. That's why musicians organize rhythmic patterns into different measures using a bar line following a time signature. A time signature is the stacked numbers you see at the beginning of the sheet music. It tells how the rhythmic patterns should be organized. There are a lot of time signatures, but we will talk about the most common time signatures, namely the 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4. A time signature looks like a fraction, but it doesn't have the bar between the upper and the lower number. And instead of saying 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4, we just simply say 4/4, 3/4, and 2/4. Now let's discuss the upper and lower number of a time signature. The upper number tells us that there are 4 beats in each measure. The lower number tells us that the quarter note gets 1 beat. Now you may be wondering the relation between 4 and the quarter note. Music and math are very similar. If we divide one whole into 4, 1/4 of it is also called a quarter of the whole. So that's why in simple time signatures, we can say that the lower number 4 tells that the quarter note gets 1 beat. So in 4/4 time signature, there should be 4 beats in each measure, provided that the quarter note gets 1 beat. Let's take for example this rhythmic pattern. The time signature is 4/4. This tells us that there should be 4 beats in each measure. Now let us count the number of beats each note in the rhythmic pattern gets and add the bar lines. Remember, when we count, we start with 1 until 4 to complete the beats in each measure. Then go back to 1 again. Quarter note gets 1 beat, so we say 1, 2. Then a half note gets 2 beats, so we continue with 3, 4. Then bar line. Now that we have completed 4 beats, we go back to 1. The next note is a whole note, which gets 4 beats, so our counting would be 1, 2, 3, 4, bar line. Then we see a whole rest, which has 4 silent beats. Even though it's a rest, we still count them as a beat. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, bar line. Then 1, 2, 3, a quarter rest gets 1 silent beat, so the counting would be 4, bar line. Now because it is the end of the rhythmic pattern, we need to use a special bar line to show that we are done. It looks like this, and we call this a double bar line. Now there you have it. We've used the time signature to draw some bar lines and make some measures. Good job! Now let's have another example. The time signature is 3/4. This tells us that there should be 3 beats in each measure. Now let us count the number of beats each note in the rhythmic pattern gets and add the bar lines. First, 3 quarter notes get 1 count each. So 1, 2, 3. Bar line. The next notes that we see are all 8th notes. Remember, 8th notes get 1/2 beat only. But when we count, we should always start with 1. However, we cannot say that the next eighth note is already 2 since we only had 1/2. And we need another 1/2 to complete one beat. So after 1, we count N or A. There you have it. We already have one whole beat. So we complete or we continue to 2 and 3 and bar line. The last note is a dotted half note which has 3 counts. So we automatically count 1, 2, 3, double bar line. Done. Very good. The time signature of our last example is 2/4. Again, this tells us that there should be 2 beats in each measure. Now let us count the number of beats each note in the rhythmic pattern gets and add the bar lines. 1, 2, bar line. 1, 2, bar line. Now just like in our previous example, for eighth notes, we count 1 and 2. The next symbol you see is an eighth rest. Just like the eighth note, the eighth rest has 1/2 beat. The difference is just it is a silent beat. So we continue our counting with and bar line. So 1 and 2 and bar line. The last symbol is a half rest, which has 2 silent beats. So we count 1, 2, double bar line. And we are done. To check if you really understood our lesson in this video, try to identify the time signature of this rhythmic pattern. Let me know your answers in the comment section below. So that's it for now. See you in my next video. Bye!